Well, g'day everyone. My name is Warwick Williams. I'm the National Training Manager for Fujifilm Australia, and today we have a very special guest, Dr. Michael Coyne, who's going to discuss with us his experiences with the brand new GFX 50S Mark II. Michael, how are you today?
I'm extremely well, thank you very much, Warwick, and how's yourself?
Excellent. It's a sunny day here in Sydney, and I'm actually very fit and healthy, thank goodness. This is all to do with, I guess, breaking the mold. And so what inspires you to look at things differently and to break the mold in your life?
Oh, look, I'm inspired by other people who want to do things that take us forward, are creative, drive us on, look for things in a different way, step outside their comfort zone. And that's what I do with my work. Always the way I approach it is, how can I make it different? How can I make it better? How can I step out my comfort zone? So I'm always stepping forward all of the time. It's being prepared to step forward in life, to move into another level and another zone, not the comfort zone. The comfort zone for me is being out of the comfort zone.
What do you look for when you're photographing a subject?
Well, when I'm taking pictures, there's three things I always think about. Now, the first one is interesting content, exciting composition, and lighting. Lighting is so important. Is it flat light? Is it soft light? Is it hard light? Does it contribute to the image? Does it detract from the image? All of those things. They're the three things I'm looking for all of the time. Whether I'm walking the streets, whether I'm in a situation, whatever, I'm always looking at those three things. And when those three things come together, you have a photograph that will work.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. So, did the GFX 50S Mark II work for you in that sense?
Oh, yes, it did. Look, the first thing about the GFX is that when I picked it up, it's really comfortable, and the hand grip is really well made. The way they've made that hand grip has made it really easy to handle, very good. I also, actually, one of the things I really like as well is the top. When I'm looking at those, that screen on the top there, that's really helpful and handy. It really makes a big difference, because immediately you can see what you're doing. If you want to change your ISO, change your shutter speed, whatever you do. So everything I do, you've got to do it really quickly. You've got to think very quickly. So you need those little things there. Now, when I brought the files back and put them through, they're just magnificent. They were just beautiful. And blowing them up, I wanted to trim into one of them. No problem at all. The quality is magnificent. It really is a beautiful file. A street photograph is always difficult because it's a moment that happens, and you have to be aware, you have to be quick, you have to raise the camera, you have to know what's going to happen in front of you, you have to know your exposures will be right, your shutter speed, everything has got to work at that moment. The very first picture I take, bang, I have a picture. I couldn't believe it. Street photography, which is one of the quickest and hardest to do. And then I wandered off on the same time in the morning down to a river, and in a soft muted light, and with all the colours, 19 simulations of colour and black and white you have on that camera, I just changed the simulation, and a beautiful file, just lovely, quite different, street and then landscape. Beautiful, just that shift made it so easy, and the colour that I got was just exactly what I wanted for both events.
Michael, you've created some really memorable images, at least in my mind you certainly have. Through all your adventures in photography, is there some sort of overriding rule or something you try and apply on a shot-by-shot basis to your photography?
Well, I always think that it's the tiny things that make the difference in a photograph. It could be just one small thing that could make the difference between a good picture and a great picture. I mean, I was riding on a train in Russia, and I was photographing people in their carriages, and I went into this carriage and I saw this young couple sitting there, and I started to take a picture of them. And just as I'm about to fire the frame, this head dropped down in front of my face, and it was this girl who said, "Hello, how are you?" I couldn't believe this woman in English was speaking to me right in the middle of nowhere. But the picture just was suddenly made it with the light hitting the back of her head, her face. Now, the little detail that changed all that picture was, look at the girl's t-shirt. What it says was, "Don't look back." It's just amazing to see just at that moment how you capture it.
Well, just before we wrap up, I've got to ask you one other thing. I know it's all crazy at the moment with the lockdowns, but if you had one place you could head off to now, what would be your dream location, and why would you take the GFX 50S Mark II?
Well, I actually do have a place that I'm ready to go to as soon as we can go out, the south of Mexico. I want to go and document the Day of the Dead ceremonies. Look, they're colourful, energetic, passionate, vibrant, exciting. But not only that, in the same area of the south of Mexico, they have the Mayan ruins. So you can do all of the work, photographs the Mayan ruins. And they have jungle, and they have landscape, all different sorts of landscape, mountains, etc. So I can do all the things I want to do. That's the perfect camera to do it with.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, hopefully you'll have a chance to do that very, very soon. And hopefully I might be able to join you. Thank you very much for your time, Michael. Really do appreciate it. And hope to be catching up face to face very, very soon. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.